talk of senior open 5 only being round off by handspring full or round off full?
Absolutely.
What's the latest with that?
Absolutely. We haven't had the rules meeting with the rules committee is not until August.
But you have heard it.
But yeah, I would like to get. Let me hold that in my pocket for a minute. Let's.
Okay. Along that same line, what about taking standing polls out of open 5?
That's okay. That's you're talking about same thing. So,
yeah.
one thing the rules committee, and would love to get your opinions, suggestions on this. Senior open 5 is really meant for that layout's double full, that little half step in there to add the full. Not standing fulls, not back handspring fulls or two to full, that kind of stuff. What are your thoughts on it without me leading you too far down what I'm thinking? Raise your hand, please, of your thoughts on how that should be restricted or left alone. Any thoughts? Come on, a lot of y'all raise your hand, said you had the
That's
team.
good for our young kids too. If we have kids that can't age into can't age into senior 5, that's a great holding pattern, so they're not going to go run off somewhere else.
That's what I've heard a million times.
Yeah.
It's a great holding pattern for those kids so they get age appropriate and skill level appropriate. And it's improving a lot of single fulls.
Yes.
Are you guys good with us saying or moving to the direction of senior open 5? You're restricted. You can't do standing fulls. You can't do handspring fulls. You can do round off handspring fulls, and that's it. No tumbling after the full.
Standing on that one with like standing fulls and 3 to fulls and stuff like that. It's the next step after layouts coming off the floor, and I feel like for open 5, it's a great chance for our kids who aren't yet to the level to perform those skills to be seasoned in throwing like the 3 to fulls and standing fulls.
Standing fulls. So you want to keep standing fulls in open 5?
Well, I just think it's those kids who are getting them who are progressing up to your we have an open 5 and then we have a small 5.
Right.
So we have kids who are working. We had a boy who was working a standing full middle of the season, but we get a lot of kids who he could start throwing a standing full and start performing it and getting used to the competition and his 3 to fulls and stuff. And I think it's, the open 5 was meant for throwing that round off full, round off handspring full, and that to fit that spot. I think that's still 3 to fulls and standing fulls are still the next step from a level 4 because you're still throwing 3 to layouts and.
So,
you know what I mean? It's kind of fits.
Am I the minority in thinking a standing full is not the next step from a layout to a standing full? I think the full is.
No, the full is. I'm saying that, but you still have a level 4. You have a standing tuck as a new skill that's entered. So then for open 5, standing tumbling, the standing full would be the next step for them to start.
Standing layout would be the next step under, not tuck.
Right. And jumps in front of it.
I can't agree with the standing full being
No,
open 5.
I agree with those standing fulls, and I think.
Listen, I mean, it's not personal. We're not talking.
Oh no.
That's why I'm asking to open the conversation. Like, am I the only one who feels it?
That's probably the only one thing that I would love to see out.
I think it's
If there was
easiest
nothing
if
else
you.
that changed, that would be the one that I would out.
If you,
Yeah.
it's
Or one
easiest
of
to,
the
I agree, for progressionals, if in past standing tumbling, you were not allowed to throw any airborne skill prior to execution of the full. You can do 3, 2, 1 to standing full, because that's training ground for 1 to doubles, 2 to doubles, whatever. And past, you can do back handsprings into fulls, but no Arabian through to full, combination passes, that should be truly level 5. And
So-
no standing fulls.
So no tumbling after a full either.
No, yeah, no.
No.
Just
I like that
a
a lot,
full.
because I really think that's
You get a
seems
full,
bad stuff.
standing to a full, pass to a full, nothing else. That's
Last time I checked, if you had a standing full, or if you were working standing by handspring to full, or you were doing full and something else, isn't that what level 5 teams do? Minus a couple doubles here or there, so if you're working those skills, to me, that's a level 5 team.